My name is Rosanna Hernandez. I am a public school educator, and in this video I'm going to share with you a lesson plan checklist that you can use as a teacher to make sure that your lessons are well organized and they are engaging and they are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck as an instructor. Before I became an administrator at the public school level, I used to be a classroom teacher. I taught math for several years. And lesson planning was such a huge part, I realized, of my job. So a lot of it, I would say for each hour of teaching that I did, I realized it was taking me about 2 hours to plan. So some of the things that I learned I want to share with you in this video in terms of a checklist. I put together a checklist that helped me tremendously when I was lesson planning. Let's say you do have like a 1 hour lesson in place. Ask yourself when you're done figuring out how you're going to present it, do you have a clear and understandable objective? In other words, is it something that the kids can understand for themselves? If you're teaching the Pythagorean theorem, for example, are you saying we will learn the Pythagorean theorem, or are you saying we will learn the Pythagorean theorem which will help us to solve problems with respect to triangles in the near future, or triangles and angles in the near future? Something along those lines. So you have to write it in a way where the kids understand why they're learning it and also how they could possibly apply it, what it's good for. That leads me to my second question. Is the objective of the lesson purposeful? One time I walked into a US history class as an administrator, and the teacher was talking about the French Revolution. And what was really nice was he delved into why the kids need to learn that in the first place. The fact that revolutions can occur again in the future and that could impact their lives. I thought that was so well done, because then he's giving some kind of a purpose to what he's teaching. Next question you can ask. Timed each section to make sure that I'm not talking for more than 15-20 minutes. So this is the direct instruction part. If a person is walking into your room, if it's a 1 hour class, 45 minutes into the lesson, is it still you doing most of the work, you talking, you explaining? So in other words, can you limit how much you are talking to make sure that the kids can use all that information you've given to come up with their own practice? Next question, checking for understanding. Do you have any questions that you can pose to the students to check and make sure that they're understanding the lesson? Checking for understanding is a huge piece of any lesson plan. Is the lesson interactive? Is it going to engage the kids? If it's interactive, if it's a lot of back and forth, conversational, the kids will be more engaged. Is there student collaboration? Is your lesson plan where the kids do have an opportunity to interact either with a partner or in a group setting? Do you have academic vocabulary to go over, especially if you have English learners in the class? Are there accommodations for some of your students in special education? And again, are the kids going to be able to do some practice, some guided practice? Are they going to be writing something in response to what you taught them? Are they going to have problems to practice? Even if you're a PE teacher, if you taught them how to do basketball layups, are they going to have an opportunity to then go and practice those layups? So as you could see, these are questions that you can print and keep right in front of you. So when you're done, you think you're done, you're like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to teach on Tuesday. Then you can say, okay, do I have all these components in my lesson? There is a full article that I have written on efficiencyandorganization.com. I am going to share the link to the article down in the description box of this video that you can check out, because there are a couple more questions in there that I didn't share in the video. When you're on the website, if you could please subscribe, because I have 6 focus areas, and educators is one of those areas where I share a lot of resources and a lot of help on how you could be more organized and efficient and productive as an educator. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel also, because in the future when new videos are released, you'll be one of the first to see them if you hit the notification button. Thank you for being with me. I appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video.